Welcome to Safety's Frontline. People are our purpose because it's people that deliver safety through the important work that they do every single day. Whether you're a passenger, a pilot, an engineer, a designer, a safety leader, or an investor, you have an important part to play in keeping us safe. And the collaborative work that we do at HeliOffshore is aimed at making sure you have the right tools, the right training, the right techniques, and the right technology. And we want to make sure you have everything you need so that we can fulfill our joint commitment that no lives are lost through offshore helicopter flight and that people come home safe every single day. Thanks to everyone that contributes to our collaborative work on safety in the offshore helicopter industry. We know we're facing very challenging times with the global pandemic and very difficult market conditions. However, despite all this, we'll continue to focus our resolve and our resources on those safety actions that make a real difference in the front line where it counts. I want to thank our global membership for all that they've done to raise our safety collaboration to the next level yet again. Despite challenging times that we face, we can continue to come together and focus on the right things that are going to make the greatest difference to supporting our frontline people in the important work that they do. There's a number of areas where we just continue to improve our ability to collaborate. That comes from our strategic alignment on our top priority and focus areas with things like the European Safety Action Plan and the IOGP SAFIRA project. This alignment helps us to work together in an even stronger way. We're also using data better than ever before. We're starting to have leading indicator data in areas like return to base, where we can start to see the global causal factors and help to target our actions to the areas that will make the greatest effect. We're currently doing a lot more on flight path management, and I think that's going to be a really exciting set of data to look at next. We've also got an industry-wide report that shows us the rates of accidents across our global industry in a really comprehensive way. We've been able to work together between design and operations. In things like the flight crew operations manuals, we helped to show what was the designer's intent about how pilots should use their automation systems. And we're also able then to have the frontline pilots feed back on the extent to which they can use a consistent best practice every single day. I love the project HHA and to see the progress it's making. We've actually managed to influence fixed wing and the approach to human factors, where you're actually looking at how do we make sure we've got the right resilience in the system to help support people in their important work every day. And there's been improvements in procedures, design, and training as a result of the work that's done so far. And I'm really, really delighted to see that we're starting to work together even more on sharing best practice. Even during this challenging pandemic, we found that we can come together and quickly share best practice that can benefit people from around the world in the front line doing their important work. I just really want to thank you. Our collaboration has continued to grow despite challenging times. People have brought together their resources, their expertise, and we're continuing to focus on things that really matter for safety.
Colleagues, I'm honored that Gretchen and Francois invited me to contribute to this event. I hope you are well, safe, healthy, and in good spirits. It is prudent to put what I wanted to say into the context of the current situation that is facing us all. COVID-19 is a global crisis of proportions that I don't think we have seen before, both as society and industry. It is hard to predict where we will be in 3 or 6 or 9 months from now. It is also a global crisis which in many cases is responded to at local or national levels. This puts extra strain on a global industry like ours, where we depend on having globally harmonized systems, standards and protocols so that we can look after the safety of our people in all of the world, wherever they work or wherever they may come from. In that, it also puts strain on various international bodies and organizations as they try to deal with both local and global issues. It is therefore great to see that in some area it is working really well. And I would say that the collaboration between HeliOffshore and IOGP is one of those areas. It is a relationship which has been built brick by brick over many years and in a way has been crowned by the recent signing of a collaboration agreement. These relationships helps us respond easily to crisis, and in this particular case it has enabled us to work together efficiently and swiftly to ensure that all areas of the world has access to best practices and protocols. We need to transport our people back and forward to their places of work, and we have also done this with due regard to pilots, business continuity as we provide energy to society. Now, we don't know what the future holds in the next month. This is difficult and is taking a toll on us all. What is true is that relationships which has been built brick by brick are also built to last and to flourish in the world beyond, when we again set our sights high on the horizon with anticipation. So I look forward to work together in the online calls we will have and commit to contribute what I can to ensure that our workforce remains safe and go to work confident that we are doing our part. Together, we make a bigger difference. Thanks.
Thank you, Olaf. I couldn't have put it better myself. Together, we absolutely do make a bigger difference. Okay, so let's roll up our sleeves. It is critical we drive our accomplishments through to the front line, to the passengers, pilots and maintenance crews, to make the biggest difference to all who fly offshore. To do just that, HeliOffshore built a data-led model to proactively enhance safety performance across our industry. The HeliOffshore safety performance model provides our industry with a common language and framework to enhance safety. It aligns our stakeholders, guides our strategy and prioritizes our actions. It defines our accident prevention goals, and it drives innovation and helps measure the frontline progress and impact on safety actions. Data from our Safety Intelligence Program reveals that between 2013 and 2018, 48% of fatal accidents were due to controlled flight into terrain, water or obstacle, and loss of control. For that same period, 22% of fatal accidents happened due to technical failure. So this is where we focus most of our effort. HeliOffshore's work streams tackle, amongst other things, system reliability and operational effectiveness, supported by the safety enablers. And this will be our focus today. As you hear your colleagues' progress and plans, remember the overriding priority in this chapter ahead is implement, implement, implement. We must effectively promote and execute our plans. We must focus on implementation to save frontline lives. And this demands support way beyond the work streams. You're all HeliOffshore. You all own this. And we've achieved so much together so far. With your support, we could continue to create the change we'll want. Let's start by hearing the latest priorities, progress and plans from JJ Gerber, Operations Service Manager at Cougar Helicopters, and Bristow's Director of Global Safety Assurance, Tim Rolfe. They're both the leaders of the Operational Effectiveness Workstream.
Hi, I'm JJ Gerber, Operations Manager for Cougar Helicopters in St. John's, Newfoundland and Halifax, Nova Scotia on the east coast of Canada. Our operation includes passenger transportation, search and rescue and medevac to the offshore industry. Behind me is a model of an S-92, and like all helicopters of this modern generation are simply marvels of design for technology and safety features. Yet despite all that, we're still having trouble staying safe when we fly, remaining on flight path and avoiding terrain. as well as human factors in the cockpit, plague us, and we need to work on that. HeliOffshore has a safety performance model, which prioritizes those tasks that we can most likely do and has the biggest effect on safety. One of those work streams are the operational effectiveness work stream, and I'm happy to co-chair that with Tim Rolfe. Operational effectiveness focuses on enhancing flight path management, effective design, documentation, automation, enhanced situational awareness, and support to improve takeoffs and landings. FCOMS has the potential to help crew improve operational standardization, reduce the risk of flight variance, and reap the full benefit of technology installed. Through a series of workshops, we have briefed operators to improve their understanding of how FCOMS serve their crews and have laid out a roadmap for implementation. In addition, OEMs are working together to agree on a standard FCOM format for the industry, as we are used to in other manuals such as an RFM. Together, we are promoting technologies that can help prevent controlled flight into surfaces and obstacles. For example, working together, we have adapted helicopter terrain awareness warning systems, or HTORs, to ensure safe lives by dramatically improving surface and obstacle warning times ahead of the helicopter. Earlier detection provides the pilot with more time to see, react, and avoid a collision, undoubtedly saving lives. This year, significant HTORs improvements will be available for implementation in Europe and America, delivering safety, efficiency, and reputational benefits. Further enhanced functions will follow for a number of our primary fleets. Continued innovation in this area will help us tackle this, which is our number one threat.
We've examined how eye tracking research might inform evidence-based training, standard operating procedures, ergonomic design, crew coordination, and decision-making. Understanding where a pilot and a crew look and are able to focus their attention during any phase of flight will help to develop improvements in cockpit design and pilot training.
So as we tackle the year ahead of us, we are counting on your support, not only for the operational effectiveness work group, but for all the others as well within HeliOffshore. Let's keep in mind the safety performance model and prioritize our attention on those things that we can achieve. And keep thinking about all the other things that challenge aviation, not just the present crisis.
You will see that a combination of all these initiatives and achievements together will enhance flight path management, which is essential to safe offshore helicopter operations. We have a dedicated work group working specifically on delivering guidance material around flight path management. So to talk more about that, I'd like to introduce you to Sam Rattery. Sam is PHI's Standardization Manager and Workstream Lead for the flight path management.
As you know, safety is delivered each day by the dedicated men and women supporting and leading an offshore flight. Their frontline performance is supported by various human factors, tools, and techniques, which are designed to train, advise, and support the staff in those safety critical roles. These tools and techniques are being researched and improved upon by the various HeliOffshore working groups. Working groups such as the FCOM development, which promotes effective use of automation and crew coordination. HTOS mode expansion for improved situational awareness in the offshore environment. Eye tracking research, which improves situational awareness as well, but also supports improvement to training programs. Programs such as competency-based training and evidence-based training. All of these operational effectiveness initiatives work together for the safety of the whole system and are particularly effective towards improving flight path management. As the lead for the Flight Path Management Working Group, I'd like to encourage our industry to continue to gather, share, and apply data intelligence so we can improve the parameters within which crews can safely fly. And ultimately, that will allow us to develop consistent recommended practices for the global community. I'm proud of progress we've made within the FPM Working Group so far. Progress which includes a recent update of the existing Approach Path Management Guidelines document. The update took into account collaborative data from the Industry Safety Report and from InfoShares and other HeliOffshore work streams. And that allowed us to verify the existing document guidance and improve it where necessary. I'm also proud of the upcoming transition of that document from the current approach path focus to expanded recommendations in all regimes of aircraft movement. The next steps the FPM group will take are exciting. They include further research, analysis, and expansion on all phases of aircraft operation to specifically address industry accident and near-miss data, which allows for education towards future prevention. Other steps like the development of recommended practices to support and highlight all generations of airframes. The variance in airframe capabilities across the industry necessitates considerations for both new technology and legacy airframes. And finally, we will continue to collaborate with other work groups in support of data validation and development towards improvement of the safety system as a whole.
Here are some ways that you can help promote operational effectiveness and safe flight path management by contributing, along with our other operators, your data to the HeliOffshore Safety Intelligence Program. Funding support to research-minded work groups, such as eye tracking and HTORs as good examples, that provides supporting data to all the other operational effectiveness work streams. Using and promoting HeliOffshore materials in your organization and across the industry. Sending your people to the workshops that we have throughout the year. Meeting with your technical experts to lead, resource, and schedule implementation of the initiatives coming out of HeliOffshore. And finally, developing safety innovations and technologies. Next, let's consider the latest priorities, progress and plans from Grant and Lee. Grant Ireland is the Global Fleet Manager and Engineering Director at Omni Helicopters, and Lee James is the Deputy General Operations Manager and Senior Maintenance Manager at CHC Helicopters. They are both workstream leads for the System Reliability and Resilience workstream, as well as the Chairman for the Technical Steering Group.
HeliOffshore's Safety Intelligence Program revealed that 22% of fatal accidents were a result of technical or mechanical failure, or a problem with the human-machine interface. As leads for the System Reliability and Resilience Safety Program, our priorities are connecting the chain of people who design, maintain, operate and fly in the aircraft to enhance the reliability and resilience of the human-machine system. This collaboration helps the industry develop designs, implement procedures and manufacture systems that remain safe even when tested by human failure.
As co-chair of the System Reliability and Resilience Safety Programme, my priority in support of Grant is connecting the chain of people who design, maintain, operate and fly in the aircraft to enhance the reliability and resilience of the human-machine system.
We accomplish this through the Technical Steering Group and the participation of operators, manufacturers, regulators and end users. The progress we as a team are most proud of are the activities addressing health and usage monitoring systems, HUMS, human hazard analysis, HHA, and return to base analysis, RTB.
Health and usage monitoring systems, or HUMS, are sensor-based systems that measure the health and performance of mission-critical components on aircraft. They provide actionable information so maintainers can make data-informed decisions. HUMS is increasingly effective in providing additional data on emerging technical issues and possible impending failure. The accuracy and predictability of HUMS continues to improve. The team have been working to ensure that through collaboration, the very best practices can be documented and recommended globally. In addition, the team has recently commissioned a white paper titled Priorities to Improve Early Diagnosis of Developing Mechanical Failures to look at how we can continue to improve HUMS.
Human hazard analysis, HHA, is a tool used to identify and assess potential human errors in the operation or maintenance of a new or existing aircraft. HeliOffshore adapted the tool to bring manufacturers and operators together to share best maintenance practice and identify any maintenance error traps in safety critical tasks. With this information and feedback, the manufacturers can improve the design, documentation or tooling to reduce this hazard. It has been applied on EC225, H175, AW139 and S92 in 5 workshops involving 30 designers, 30 maintenance engineers from 11 operators. The feedback has been really great, with engineers finding it valuable and some improvements have been recommended.
The return to base study has been powerful on several levels, addressing technical resilience and enhancing reliability. A data-driven approach has resulted in targeted action to improve performance and further improve industry relationships between manufacturers and operators.
The next steps this group will take are deliver the next revision of the HUM's recommended practice guide, due in the coming weeks. Analyse the white paper on early diagnosis and, where practical, work with all stakeholders to refine and implement recommendations that will enhance resilience and reliability.
In human hazard analysis, they will apply the technique with engine OEMs, develop maintenance human factors training for designers, to develop an industry standard for this tool, and to apply the concept within a helicopter operational process. Refresh the return to base data to ensure we continue to focus on the right things and assess the effectiveness of measures and developments already made and implemented.
How can you benefit by being part of the HeliOffshore System Reliability Workstream? Certainly contributing data to the HeliOffshore Safety Intelligence Program is a big one. Sharing return to base data is another. And sending your people to HUMS and human hazards analysis workshops, plus the various other system reliability workshops we have going on throughout the year. And lastly, to the leaders, meeting with your technical experts to lead, resource, and schedule implementation are all great ways that you will benefit by being part of this work. Safety Enablers plays a very important role in HeliOffshore work, as it effectively supports all of our work streams and work groups. Communication is an enabler, as are technology and leadership. However, for today we'll focus on the safety enablers of data, training and standards. I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Matt Greaves, the Director of the HeliOffshore Safety Intelligence Program, HSIP, and he's going to talk to you in a little bit more detail about what we're doing with the data program and how it supports all of our work.
Hi, I'm Matt Greaves and I'm the Program Manager for the HeliOffshore Safety Intelligence Program, which we often refer to as HSIP. I wanted to talk to you today about the work we're doing within HSIP and the role of data in the work of HeliOffshore. Data is at the heart of everything we do within HeliOffshore. That means that not only do we use data to guide our actions, but also that we use data to measure whether our actions are having the desired effect. Better data drives better safety performance. The sharing and analysis of data improves our ability to measure daily performance and ensure our actions are having the desired safety impact. The speed and accuracy of feedback greatly impacts safety outcomes. It's essential we get the right data to the right place, be that the boardroom or the cockpit, to inform the right decision as quickly as possible. Feedback helps those in the front line make better safety critical decisions. So what is HSIP? HSIP is the umbrella name we give to the safety intelligence gathering and analysis capability we've developed within HeliOffshore. HSIP is a collaborative effort drawing on the support and expertise of some of our industrial partners. Tonic Analytics, GE Digital and NLR are all working with us to provide technical, analytical and financial support to the program. Broadly speaking, there are three main goals to HSIP. To measure the existing state of safety performance, to support the workstream activities in improving safety performance, and to close the loop and monitor the effectiveness of our actions. And I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to give you some examples in each area. When it comes to measuring the existing state of the industry, HSIP is working in a number of areas, including accidents, incidents, fleet distributions and usage data. Some of these data streams were brought together at the end of last year when we delivered a safety performance report looking at the safety performance of our industry from 2013 to 2018. This report was the result of the collaborative efforts of helicopter operators, OEMs, oil companies and regulators to bring together the best information to give us an overall safety picture. If you haven't seen the report, you can download a copy from the HeliOffshore website. We'll be issuing an update in the coming months that covers the 2019 figures, and as this report becomes more established, we'll be looking to expand and enhance the analysis it contains. We're also looking to make the information that drives the report available in a more timely way by giving our members access to it online. One example of this is the event database we're creating, which will have automated feeds from a range of sources to keep an updated record of helicopter accidents and incidents. The second area of HSIP's work is in supporting the workstream activities. As you've already heard, the Flight Path Management Working Group has been working on broad approach criteria. HSIP was able to support this work by comparing operational flight data against the criteria the group came up with. HSIP is also supporting the ongoing work to develop the new HTOR's Mode 7 with operational data analysis. The final goal of HSIP is in providing feedback on our actions or closing the loop. One example of this is in the return to base data. We conducted a study a while ago looking at the causes of return to base events, which highlighted the rate at which these events were happening and collected data on the causes. This was picked up in turn by the airframe OEMs, and they've taken a number of actions to try to reduce the causes of RTB. Anecdotally, some people have noticed a change in the number of RTB events we've seen, suggesting that these actions have worked. However, by repeating this data collection and study, we can not only see whether that perception is correct, but also see which of those actions have had the desired effect. Hopefully you'll agree we've made great progress with data sharing within the industry, and that it's starting to show real benefits. But the next question is, where do we go from here? Well, one key area where we want to improve is in the analysis of the data we're gathering. Much of the work we've done so far is in establishing databases, workflows, and data structures, but now we can start to put those databases to work to give better insights. We're also looking to expand the data sources we draw on and move further down the safety management pyramid into the lower level events. So, how can you get involved with HSIP? Well, there are 3 things you can do. Firstly, you can sign the Memorandum of Understanding. This doesn't commit you to contributing data, but it does protect any data that you choose to contribute in the future, so it's a crucial first step. Secondly, you can get involved in the work streams that are working with this data, and you can talk to any of the HeliOffshore staff or workstream leads about that. Finally, and most crucially, you can contribute data. Many of you are already doing that, for which we're very grateful, but I want to encourage even more of you to get involved. By contributing data and collaborating to analyse it, we can make a real difference to the safety performance of our industry. Thanks for your time.
The progress of regulatory development around evidence-based training, or EBT, continues. Legal opinion supporting operators' transition from the current training paradigm to an evidence-based training program will translate into European law towards the end of 2020. For offshore operators, the next key milestone is the publication of our EBT data report. Our analysis is nearing completion, and the findings are closely aligned with HeliOffshore's own industry safety report, suggesting we're currently focused in the right areas. Key operational risk areas are identified as workload management, crew resource management or CRM, mismanaged aircraft states, which is a precursor to loss of control, systems malfunction, and controlled flight into terrain or obstacles. EASA plan to publish our data report later this year, and once we've subsequently created a baseline helicopter EBT program, which will come out of work planned over the next 12 months. European operators, at least, will be able to hybridize their current training programs, incorporating competency-based training principles into their crew assessments. The light is growing at the end of a 6-year-long tunnel, and thanks to a small but determined group of industry experts, future generations of helicopter pilots will soon be benefiting from a truly seismic but long overdue regulatory shift.
So let's take a moment to remember that you're all HeliOffshore and the ways that you can benefit by being part of this community. First of all, being an advocate internally and externally for our industry and our commitment to work together to make safety improvements. You can also communicate the purpose of HeliOffshore and demonstrate your commitment to your organization by using and promoting the HeliOffshore materials. Contributing to the HeliOffshore Safety Intelligence Program, it really supports all the work that we're doing. Being part of the work developed by having your employees join the work groups and attending the workshops. And for the leaders, meeting with your technical experts to lead, resource, and schedule implementation of the initiatives coming out of HeliOffshore. To summarize what we've discussed on this call, the one thing that's very clear to me is that we are definitely more than sum of our parts. We face extremely challenging reality with unprecedented world events and market conditions. I certainly don't underestimate the task that lies ahead of us. But one thing I know for sure is we are stronger together. When we combine our focus, our resources, our efforts, we can deliver excellence where it really matters most, and that's saving lives on the front line. We must continue to empower effective human performance across the whole safety system. We must continue to use HeliOffshore's safety performance model to clarify our goals and be very clear about what we really need to stay safe. We must continue to target our actions accordingly, roll up our sleeves and join the work groups. I want to say a huge thanks to those who already offer essential support, time and resources. We must gather data to check our impact and start again. This way we will build momentum and create an industry that is as safe as humanly possible. There is so much to do to ensure those we love travel home safely every single day. If there is one thing to take away from this conversation, perhaps it's that we can't wait for others to act. There is a moral imperative, a moral urgency to speak up, to step up, to get others to join our efforts, because we are all Heli Offshore.